Welcome to the Joy Work Show, the podcast that goes beyond the surface of business, right to the heart, to explore the real joy and the stories behind success. Not just the moments of celebration, but the challenges that pave the way for them. Hiya, I'm Diane, and here we know that joy isn't just about the good times. Often, the greatest joy comes right after the greatest challenge. And throughout September, we've been running a little mini solo series, and we've talked vision, resilience, money, marketing, and lots of messy middle moments. And today, in this final September episode, we're wrapping it all up, pulling the threads together, and making sense of what it means to not only finish the year strong, but to build a business that actually lasts, and the steps that you can start to take today in your planning, in your strategy to have that bold end to the year. So I want you to look back and I want you to think about the red thread of joy that has been through your year so far. Every guest and solo episodes in this month and beyond in this podcast has shown us something powerful. Whether it was holding on to your vision, rethinking what money means, or finding joy even in the tough bits. And actually, those are the bits that are really important. The red thread running through it all has been joy. Not fluffy joy, not pretty joy, not surface level joy, but joy as an anchor, joy as a compass, joy as a fuel and the thing that gets you up when you'd rather hide under the duvet or burn it all down. And that's the thing about joy. It isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a client's thank you note. Sometimes it's in a breakthrough clarity moment. Sometimes it's simply in the quiet satisfaction of building something that is truly yours. But I want you to now think that we are in the final 2 days of September and we are just about to go into the quarter, possibly the busiest quarter for everybody from business and life and everything in between of the year. And so I want you to think about why the final 90 days matter. Because the problem is most people coast into the holidays. They slow down, they lose steam, they wait for January to start afresh. I'll do that in the new year. I couldn't possibly fit it in before Christmas. Sorry, I said the C word. But the final 90 days, they can actually transform your result. What you do now is actually what sets the tone for your momentum in January. Quite often what you're doing now is what the results you're going to see in 3 months' time. So when you think about it like that, what you're about to do today is setting what you're going to do in 2026. If you wait until January, that first quarter isn't going to be the quarter that you want it to be. This year isn't ending, it's climaxing. So I want to give you a framework for a 90-day sprint and how you can make this final quarter truly, truly count. In a couple of steps, or a few steps, I should say. Step 1, set one big, bold goal. Not 10, not 5, 1. Ask yourself, what's the one result that would make me proud to close the year? Think about how you want to feel on New Year's Eve. As you sit down with a loved one, your friends, your children, your pets, whoever you are sitting down with on New Year's Eve, how you want to feel, what you want to be celebrating, and how you want to feel when you look back at 2025. Write it down, and that's what you want to aim for. Step 2, break it into core projects, because it's okay having one big bold goal. And when I say one big bold goal, I mean bold. I mean big for you, that you want to have achieved this year. But in this step 2, you have to break it down into core projects, because big bold goals don't get completed in one sit. You have to break it down into core projects. Choose 2 or 3 projects that directly lead to that goal. For example, if your goal is to book out your January calendar, your project might be refresh your sales page, run a live challenge, and double your outreach. All of those things are going to create the connections, the relationships, and the conversations that you need to make sure you get those bookings in January. But you have to start them now. If you wait until Christmas has passed, I've said the C word again, until Christmas has passed, and you start that outreach in January, they will not be booking in January because those people will be planned and organised and already be looking at February and March at the earliest. So if you want a busy booked out January, start planning that now. Step 3, your daily and weekly actions. Stack habits that move the needle. Think about those 2 to 3 core projects and break them down into how you get them incrementally in little activities every day that then get to those core projects and then that bigger goal. Think about 3 daily non-negotiables. 1 sales activity or income generating activity, 1 visibility activity, and 1 community building action. Think about making sure you do those 3 things because those 3 things will move your business forward. The rest of the stuff you do on a daily basis, they'll get done because you're already doing them. They'll already take care of themselves. But if you have 1 sales activity, 1 visibility activity, 1 community building action that goes towards those core projects, that goes towards that big, bold goal, you will make a difference and have the growth in your business that perhaps you may have been missing. And then step 4, have your joy checkpoints. Joy isn't a reward at the end. Joy isn't something that you'll say, well, if I do this, Diane, I'm going to do it for the 90 days, and then on New Year's Eve, that's when I'm going to find joy. Let it be said, I really hope you do find joy on New Year's Eve. It's a really lovely time to find the joy. But joy is actually the fuel that should be carrying you through from now to then, and for every day after that. Celebrate progress every single week. Not just the finish line, every single day. So ask, what would make this 90-day sprint fun for me? How can I gamify it? Now for me, I don't even need to gamify it that much. Simply for me to sit down at the end of the day and ask, what went well, what didn't go so well, and what can I do tomorrow? That's enough for me. That's a line in the sand that shows me that even on the days that I think I haven't achieved much, I absolutely have. Because you take some things you do for granted, you don't see the movements that you're making, you're so focused on the prize, you're not seeing the little steps that you're taking every single day to get to those prizes. Overcoming the pitfalls. When you think about 90 days, it is fast, and going all in for 90 days can feel like a sprint, and of course, sprints have pitfalls, especially for somebody who wants you to build a sustainable business. So the pitfalls are perfectionism, isolation, and burnout. Because when you go fast, you will go faster towards that burnout. But you will also fail fast and learn fast, which brings the greatest growth. But let's think about perfectionism. Perfectionism kills momentum. Perfectionism kills action. Done beats perfect every single time. Steady little steps of doing, of taking messy action will make it not perfect, let's not use that word, but will give you the result that you want. That in your mind's eye right now is the perfectionism that you're looking for. Isolation, don't do it alone. Find a community, find a membership, find a buddy, find a way that you can have accountability, because accountability multiplies progress. Accountability, getting support, seeking the things that you don't know or the things you don't even know you don't know will multiply your progress faster than you trying to figure it all out alone. And when you share your goals and you speak your goals and you let the universe know through the conversations you're having with your community, you might just find you get the things that you want because you are living, breathing, and speaking them. And then burnout. Sprinting doesn't mean collapsing at the finish line. Sprinting is a way to think about something in a short space of time. This is a sprint because it's over 3 months. People think when you need to think about your strategy or your business plan that it needs to be over months and months and months and have a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan, and they're all great. But when you're wanting to get stuff done, when you're thinking about the sales and marketing in your business, you'll get the most action and the most results by putting in place 90 days, because you don't know what's going to change in those 90 days. But when you take the action, something will. So then you can plan the next 90 days based on what you learned from the 90 days that you're currently in. You do not want to run so hard that you then collapse. You want to get to the end and think, I can repeat this. This is doable. Look at the results I'm getting, and now I get to duplicate it. You pace yourself with joy. You have those joy anchors. You have those joy checkpoints. And you make sure that you're building the business that you want for the life that you want, not somebody else's idea of success. And that's when you want to think about the bigger picture, because this isn't just about the next 90 days. It's about that duplication. It's about how you build a business that lasts. Sustainability over speed. Forget the quick wins. You want to have wins in this 90 days? Of course you do. Your business will be built on it. Your income will be built on it. The cash flow in your business will be built on it. The impact you're having in your business will be built on it. But you want to build something that lasts, not something that you can't repeat, because it either exhausts you or it was a bit of a hack trick, so there's no way you could do it again. You want to do something that gives you the sustainability. Build what lasts. You need resilience in the messy middle. Success isn't linear. The dip, when it gets tough, when it gets quiet, when you're wondering if it's working, that's where you grow. That's where the next success is going to come from. That's where the next result is going to come from. That's where you need to stay resilient and have that rebound ability to get back up and go again. Because it's the going again that makes you different from probably about 98% of other business owners out there. The power of connection. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher, not who put you down, not who question you, but actually allow you to have those bad days, allow you to have their belief in you when you don't always have it in yourself. Because when you borrow belief from others, when you share that, when you can see that they've got your back and they believe in you, that joy multiplies. And that multiplication of joy will give you the fuel to get the results that you want, to take the daily and weekly actions, to get to the 2 to 3 core actions in your business to get to that big bold. So as we close out September and this September reset series, here are your 3 takeaways. Commit to your 90-day sprint. One big bold goal broken into clear projects and daily non-negotiables. See what difference it could make. Build with sustainability and resilience, because long-term joy matters more than short-term hype. And stay connected with mentors, with peers, with communities, with your team, with your family, everything that keeps your fire alive. Thank you for being here with me throughout this series. If you have to go and catch up, you'll find all throughout September, we had this reset series in September to really focus on the strategy and the mindset within your business. You can go back and listen to every episode. They are all there. I hope it's given you clarity, courage, and practical tools for finishing the year strong, the way you want, and getting to New Year's Eve and feeling the way you want to feel, and sitting down with your drink of choice to see in what we would call in Scotland the bells, to see in the bells and to look around and know that you're building the life in the business that you want. This isn't about the endings. This is about the beginnings of your sustainable business, of the strategy that you want, of the joy that you want to have within your business. I'll be putting a few tools in the show notes, a freebie, a low cost offer and my free community, the Joy Work Club, where you can come and carry on this conversation. So pop into the show notes if you want anything else to help you think about this strategy a little bit further. And as always, I would love if you would subscribe to this podcast wherever you are listening to it, whether it's a subscribe button, a wee alarm, a like or a share. It really does mean the world to me and allows me to reach more people. It's as simple as that. I will see you in October with another wonderful guest coming in the next few days. But until then, keep going, keep growing, and keep choosing joy.